Hello, Lynn. How are you?
Hello, Joanna. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. So, yeah, I'm Joe, and I am chatting with Linn Thorstensson. Lynn is one of the contributors to the Summer Solstice issue. She's written a piece about, I'm going to say, because there are no spoilers. Okay, so Lynn is a nutritionist, and she's the kind of nutritionist who I remember you saying, just eat what you want to eat, just eat it well. That's all. And that's very straightforward. And that's what Lynn's business name is, Straightforward Nutrition. So maybe, Lynn, be very straightforward and tell us, what have you discovered about yourself since Christmas time?
Thanks for the lovely introduction, Joe. And yeah, I suppose if you had asked me this question without having had the experience that we've had since the middle of March, I probably say something different to what I would say now. I think facing COVID-19 and these lockdowns and restrictions on movement and fears and worries about, having pretty much nearly closing down the whole country just to a standstill in the space of, like a week or so. I think it's changed for a lot of us, and I think it's important to acknowledge the collective trauma that people have experienced, and also in the same breath acknowledge that everybody's experience have been probably different as well in various ways, depending on our work situation, family situations, our living situations, socioeconomic status, and all those different things. I think the speed of change create like a really traumatic experience. And I think as we move forward now, I think it's important to acknowledge that and understand that will show up in our bodies as well at some point. And I definitely, for me, I definitely feel like I went through a grief process that first is sort of like kind of a shock, and then maybe like a difficulty to sort of accept the situation, or maybe there was a period of novelty as well where you can go, I can drop a few balls and I can sit back, because that was my personal experience, and like, I can leave some of the franticness behind and being out on the road and certain expectations and deadlines and things like that. And then there was definitely a period, like maybe somewhere 6 weeks in or so, after we'd had a couple of weeks of this very tight lockdown with 2-kilometer restrictions, and you can't leave outside your home. And for me, it was the thing of not having the option that made it really difficult, because I felt very like hiding, or it felt really claustrophobic to not have the choice. What would that be like to live, like knowing somebody's always like, checking where you're going, or that's not okay, or being questioning when you're just getting about your life, So I think carry some of that empathy forward as well. And also, like, I think the isolation of not seeing people physically. It's great that we have video conferencing, but like, it's not the same as seeing people in person. And I think you realize that when that choice or that opportunity is taken away from you.
It's a common theme amongst quite a lot of us, that we've all been able to go inward. What are you going to take with you as you go forward?
I think for me, what I'm really craving is to kind of keep my life quite simple. I don't want it to go back to this sort of franticness that I'm like doing one thing, thinking about the next. And that's a bit how my brain works as well. So I have to continuously to be aware of that, but not being a bit more kind of careful what I take on and I say yes to. And I think within that, being able to have, like, keeping my living expenses kind of small, which is something I've been working on for the last couple of years, being really aware of my spending. The desire for a quite simple life is, I think, comes to the forefront. And then that people matter, that spending time with people physically also matters a lot.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
We're social beings at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So please, will you say why should anybody read this magazine?
Well, apart from the fact that Joe is so lovely, of course, everybody should get your magazine, because I think what you do is it's like a breath of fresh air,
No,
you know.
no one can see me, but I'm laughing like a crazy. So thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome. And I think as well, you know, we've heard a lot of like negative news for many months. And I say that as somebody who doesn't actually have a television in my space. You know, having somebody who's dedicating a lot of their time and effort and resources to creating a magazine that is about good news, I think deserves a lot of support. So that would get my vote every day. So, or any day. So yeah, for sure.
Oh, thank you. So there you have it with Linn. So if you want to get the magazine, please just go to gooddaycork.com and you'll be able to order it. So thank you, Linn. Thank you for spending some time and chatting with me.
Yeah, and thanks for having me contribute to the magazine this time as well. It's been really lovely to be part of it.
Yeah.